So I just took it off, re-glued it, and put a finish on it. The guy I got these chairs from, because they were not done, they were not refinished, and he would have done it for me and charged me double the price. And I said, no, I'd like to do that myself. And my roommate tells me that the next time we went back, he said he was very impressed that I wanted to do that, you know, because most people don't like to do that. But I like taking a piece of junk and making it a thing of beauty. Oh, just like the Phantom of the Opera. I like having a house that, you know, play in the garden or, you know, those kinds of things that don't require a lot of physical stress, I guess. Then we have a couple of puppies to take care of. Takes my mind off of work. I don't work out. I think my job is enough of a workout. So I'm pretty much what you call a lazy diva. And I do take a nap at about 5 o'clock because I need it to be able to do the show at night. So I think what comes first in my life is, for now and for the last 4 years, this job. Well, the part I love the best is when I get to hit the high note in my first song, because then that's sort of part, that's Kristien showing off, that's also Dale showing off, which Dale likes to do sometimes.
Dale is constantly reminded of the part she plays on stage and in the lives of her audience.
She said for Dale Kristien, the best ever Kristien. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't have put that on here for myself, but somebody else did that. Sometimes we have groups of students come to see the show, and afterwards, some of us will go out to talk to them. And that's what these people, this was in a thank you for taking my time to go out and talk to them. I thought about being a responsible adult and saying, you know, well, yeah, I do take care of myself, and but I thought that's not really me. So I do tell the truth about what I do with my life, like having a beer every night. The teachers don't like that when I say that, but that's me, and I can't lie about it. I'm going to nap now. Thank you very much. I've always wanted to live in L.A. and do a Broadway show, and I thought that's a pretty wild dream, Dale, but here I am doing it, so I'm just as happy as can be.
Coming up on Behind the Scenes, the Phantom's Raoul, Michael Pointek, gives us an underground tour of the set.
Now this is the entrance to the jump of death that I do.
Behind the Scenes.
In a universe, half-hour look at the Phantom of the Opera.
You've already seen how each member of the Phantom Company has wildly different daytime schedules. But somehow, some way, it all comes together here each night at the Amundsen Theater.
Hi there!
So what are we doing?
Well, I'm putting my face on for the show. About 15 after. I'm putting on the makeup, which I do all by myself. There's no makeup artist here. And listening to some Santana. We're not allowed to walk in the theater without slippers on, and they barked at me, so I got them. I've got retrievers at home and Dalmatians at the theater.
As you get a little bit further on, I think everybody deals with long runs in a different way. I mean, vocally I have to prepare, I have to be warmed up, and I have to have my makeup on. But I don't try to get myself in the mood, because it's just, I've done it so long, it's much easier now, and I can keep it much fresher for myself if I simply walk on the stage and just take everything in as it's happening. But I also have one little idiosyncrasy, which is that I carry with me a St. Genesius medal during every performance. St. Genesius was the patron saint of our actors, and if I misplace it, I almost don't want to go on, you know. So, which has happened a couple of times.
For Davis Gaines, marathon makeup sessions make his transformation into the Phantom complete.
It's very lightweight. I don't really feel like I have anything on.
I do. It sometimes affects how I breathe, and then also how my mouth works. But I would, when I feel my face as the Phantom, you know, it has all the scars and the huge nose and the lips. I don't feel like myself. You know, I feel like someone else, which is great.
Makeup isn't the only tool used in the show to create the Phantom magic. A great deal of credit must be given to the set, candles, fog, and all. But how does it work? To find out, you need to visit the underbelly of the Amundsen.
This is the downstairs of Phantom of the Opera. This is the part that nobody ever gets to see, so you're in for a treat. We're going to show you some of the magic and how it all works.
Michael Pointek plays Kristine's suitor, Raoul. For him, the set has a special and often scary significance.
Now this is the entrance to the jump of death that I do. This is my stunt jump in the second act. I'm on a platform above the stage here, which of course you can't see, but it's about 9 or 10 feet above the stage floor, and I'm 6 feet tall, and this is another 4 or 5 feet down here. So from my eye level, it gets up to about 18 or 20 feet. The biggest problem with this jump is that the stage is covered with fog at the time. So once they open those trap doors, it's just like real fog. It falls into the lowest lying area. So you can't see anything down here. So they gave me a couple of lights to kind of outline my pad here, which makes me feel like I'm in the middle of the Pacific Ocean landing on an aircraft carrier in a plane. That's kind of what I feel like every time I come flying through space. These are the individual candlesticks that come up through the Phantom's lair. They each have their own trap door, and they're all controlled here. You can see the vast array of them through here. I think there's about 100 individual candles. Here we have Twins Gym, which is, anybody gets really bored can come down here and hang out and pump some iron for a while. This is for the technicians who have to carry that 600 pounds of dry ice around per show. A lot of people think some of the singing in the show is taped. Well, it's really not. They have monitors and things spread out all over the place. And with our own microphones, we have places like this where we just stand and watch the maestro, and we sing from here. There was one day when our microphones went on and we had somebody sitting in Twins Gym with about 150 pounds up, didn't realize that our microphones were going hot, and when he realized, the look on his face, knowing that he's going to have to hold this for about 3 minutes as it finally came down and crashed on his chest. So this is the mechanics of what makes Phantom happen. You know, it took about 3 months just to bring the show in and install it and get it fixed and get it working and make it happen every night on a 8 times a week kind of basis. And it's one of those shows that takes 30 people on stage and 120 people off stage to make it happen. And this gives you some idea of how complicated the show really is.
Up next on Behind the Scenes, the performance payoff.
Behind the scene.